Hello, Sudoku friends, and welcome to a diabolical puzzle by the Telegraph. This is puzzle number 149 in a book of Sudokus by the Telegraph. The puzzle was shown to me by a Vietnamese acquaintance here in Vietnam. I haven't seen the solution. It is, of course, as usual, in the back of the book. All I saw was a puzzle, and I decided to try to solve it. These puzzles can be difficult. They usually start out easy, and then they get progressively more difficult and quite often end up requiring the knowledge of a certain pattern that you don't usually have to know when you solve easier or even hard puzzles. But diabolical and evil puzzles ought to be more difficult, I think, and this is probably also going to be quite difficult. That out of the way, though, I am seeing one here and one here blocking, like so, and this one blocks up. This one blocks over, so one must go here. Now we have ones blocking across here and here, so one of these is a 1. And we have these ones blocking across here and here, so one of these is a 1. We have this one blocking across here, so it follows that one of these two squares has got to be a 1. While I'm looking at these two squares, I can't help but seeing these two 8s, and they block across like so. So, of course, an 8 must go here. We seem to have a 4 blocking across here and blocking up. So a 4 must go here, and therefore, of course, here. Now we have a 4 blocking down, up, and over. Here's a 4. We have a 4 and a 9 here, and we have a 4 and a 9 here, so we have to have a 4 and a 9 here. This 4 forces a 9 into this position, and the 4 must go here. I'm noticing a 7, A7 in this grid, and that's all I'm seeing. I'm also seeing only 1, 3. Let's see if that is going to be hard to sort out. By the way, the link to this puzzle is in the description of the video, so if you want to have a go at it yourselves, please be my guest. Now, this 2 blocks across here, so it's clear that a 2 must go here, here, or here. So no 2s can go here. And this 2 blocks these 2 squares. Therefore, a 2 must go here. We have these 2s here, and this 2 here blocking these squares here. Therefore, this is a 2. Now we have a 2 here or here, and we have a 2 here or here. We need a 2 for column 8 as well, and it can't go here because of this 2, so it must go here. Up here and down here, we are looking for a 3 and a 5 in some combination. We can do something with the 4s because we got these 2 4s blocking like so, and we've got this 4 blocking here. So here's a 4. Oh, that was the last 4. That's why it was easy. I think we can do 2 1s now. We have a 1 blocking across and a 1 blocking up. So it's clear that a 1 must go here. Remember how I said that one of these must be a 1? And now we have this 1 blocking here. This is going to be the 1. Now a 7, 3, and a 6 for these squares. By the way, we have a 6 here or here because of this 6 blocking over, right? And speaking of 6s, we have this 6 blocking here, and we have this 6 blocking here, and this 6 blocking up. So a 6 must go here. Now we have a 6 blocking down and up. 6 goes here. And that gives us a 6 for one of these 2 squares because we got this 6 blocking across and this 6 blocking down. And that again means that one of these squares must be a 6. We have an 8 blocking down and down. These squares cannot be 8s. Therefore, here's an 8. So in addition to the 6 here, we also have an 8. We have an 8 and a 6 here because an 8 and a 6 here block across. And that raises the question, what are these? They must be a 3 and a 5. And since this 2 blocks here and here, we know that this must be a 2. Now we have a 2 blocking up and another 2 blocking up. And we've got this 2 blocking across, giving me a 2 here. So the 2s and the 4s are done. I can already feel that the 3s, 7s, and the 9s are going to be a problem. We got a 3, 7, 9 here, 3, 7, 9 here, 3, 7, 9 here. The 7 must go up here somewhere. And that means that we have a 1 and a 7, and we have a 1 and a 7. That means that these two must be 1 and 7. Can we do more with the 8s? I think, no, we can't. One of these must be an 8, because this 8 blocks up and this 8 blocks over. So an 8 goes here or here, blocking down. This 8 blocks down. So yes, 8 goes here or here. We're also very short on 5s. And saying that, I see these two 5s blocking up and up. So here's a 5. And now our good old friends, a 3, 7, and a 9 for these squares. The 9, of course, blocks over. So one of these is a 9. And now we know that this, therefore, must be a 9. This 9 blocks down, and this 9 blocks over. So here's a 9. Now we have 9s here or here. And a 3, 7, 5. What else? Across here. But we can do one more 9, I think. These two 9s block like so. And this 9 blocks like so. So here's a 9. And that certainly helps, because now this must be a 9. These must be 7 and 3. This is a 7 or a 3. And this is a 9. So we got 7 3s everywhere now. And this is a 7 3. Because it can't be a 9, we need a 7 3 and a 9 7, 3 and a 9 for these squares. This 9 blocks up, this 9 blocks over, so here's a 9. And that was the last 9 for today. So the right shoot is all about 7 and 3s. We can do this one here though, it must be a 7. And at least this is not a 7 now. But it seems clear that a 7 must go either here or here, because one of these is a 7. And we still need a 7 for column 2. So 7 here or here. So we know that this has got to be a 7. Otherwise, there wouldn't be any 7 in row 6. And that puts a 3 and a 6 in these two squares. 3 blocks down, giving me a 6 here and a 3 here. So now we have 3 and 8 in these two squares. Therefore, these must be a 7 and a 5. And if these are 1 and 7, these are 3 and 8, and these must be a 5 and a 6. The 5, of course, blocks over, so here's a 6, and here is a 5. Now we got 5s here or here, along with a 7 and a 1. Well, 1, of course, must go here or here. I notice that this 6 blocks here, so it must be an 8, and this must be a 6. Now this 6 blocks up, while this blocks over, and the 6 goes here. A 3 and a 5. Can we get closer? This is also a 3 or a 5, and this is a 3 or a 5, and this is a 3 or a 5. We got all the 6s. And this, of course, must be a 3, making this an 8. Now we have 8 here, 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 and here. At this point, I'm pretty sure that some kind of a pattern is necessary to complete the puzzle, because I don't really see any other way forward that is based on simple Sudoku logic. And a very good place to start is with spotting by-value cells. By-value cells are cells, of course, that can take exactly 2 candidates, not 3 and not 4. And the ones to begin with would be 7s or 3s, I think, because there are a few of those, and they are forming part of many of these by-value cells. Let me do the 3s first and see if we can get somewhere. First of all, I'm going to mark all the 3 possible squares. We have 3s here or here. We have a 3 here, 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 and here. And of course down here somewhere and here. That looks very confusing, but this pattern here is revealing, I think. And I think we can do something logical about this. So here's a thought experiment. These 5 squares are pretty closely related. Let's assume that this is a 3. I know that a 3 can go up here, but that's besides the point right now, because I want to focus on something easy. If this is a 3, it follows that this cannot be a 3. Therefore, this must be a 3. And this cannot be a 3. This must be a 3, right? However, we can't have a 3 here and here. Let me go back to just showing these squares. And if it is a 3, then this cannot be a 3, and this must be a 3. If this must be a 3, this can't be a 3, and therefore this must be a 3. I forget the name of, I think it's called a colored chain or something. It doesn't really matter because the logic is the same, whatever you call the child. So it turns out that this square cannot be a 3. And if it's not a 3, it must be a 5, because we only need a 3 and a 5 for this block 5. Now this is a 3, and we got a 3 here. And that gives us a 7 here, and a 7 up here, and a 7 here, and a 3 here. Here we must have a 3. And now we have a 3 blocking up and over. We have 3s and 5s up here. And we also have an 8 somewhere. Over here, we needed a 5 and a 7. The 5 blocks over, giving me a 7 here and a 5 here. The only square for a 3 in this column 6 now is here. And that gives me a 5 and an 8 for these squares. The 8 blocks up, so here's an 8, and here's a 5. This 5 gives me a 3 here and a 5 here. This 8 blocks up. We do remember that one of these had to be an 8. This 8 now blocks this position, therefore an 8 must go here. Here now we're looking for a 7 and a 1. The 1 blocks over, giving me a 7 here, 1 here. Now we have a 1 here and a final 5 here. And that's it for the diabolical puzzle. As I anticipated, it ended up requiring the knowledge of some sort of a pattern. And in this case, I wasn't speaking the truth because I didn't know the name of this pattern. I just knew that the simple logic would solve it. So that's it for today. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you will come back here again soon. Bye for now.